Hello and welcome back to Dead but Alive, Southern England. Incidentally, why is this game set in the south? Is the north not overrun with zombies? Because I live in the north, it's quite nice here. Incidentally, if you're an American and you're not sure how Britain works, here's the simplest explanation. It's Game of Thrones. Right? You've got Scotland, which is where all the wildlings live, or that's what people thought, for about 300 years. These days we know better, but yeah, there's still an awful lot of jokes about the fact that the Scots are basically all just a ginger mob of lunatics. It's not true, but that's the perception. So there was Hadrian's Wall, which was built to separate the two. Then you've got the north of England, which is where Sean Bean lives. And then you've got the south, where all the gits who actually rule the country live, and everybody in the north hates them because, well, our opinion of them is they're too busy screwing each other to actually be, busy doing their jobs and running the country. Yeah, Northerners don't have a very high opinion of Southerners. Sorry, Southerners. Yeah, that pretty much sums up the situation in England. It's pretty clear where R.R. Martin was getting his inspiration from. Still, next day. Before we can think about looking for my daughter, we first need to strengthen our position. We need at least a fence around the camp, and enough supplies for a couple of days. This has to be our priority now. Okay, so it's the day. We used up 10 supplies, which ain't good. Let's check our defences. We're going to need a lot of material to build that fence, which we don't have. Manage the party. Go with supplies, okay. We can chop some wood to get us plenty of wood in the local forest and use it for building. It's going to use up 5 AP. Let's just manage the party for a second, see if there's anyone worth talking to. And nobody with anything interesting to say, okay. She's still wounded, so I wonder how we heal her up. Alright, I think we should leave the camp. Press F1 to view the tutorial. How to travel. Travelling to different locations is quite easy. All you have to do is click on one of the icons. The colour of the icon symbolises the danger, ranging from green, which is safe, to red, which is very dangerous. The action points required depend on the distance and the location from the camp. This icon symbolises your camp. Every travel starts and ends here, and to return to the camp, just click this icon. Icons like these symbolise locations where you can scavenge some supplies. When visiting a location, you'll be able to pay a different survivor group a visit. Here you'll find new survivor to join your group. This is a special location which is important to the storyline, okay. So, I think we could do with some supplies. We can walk there, which will take 6 action points, or we can use some fuel and get there quicker. Rural area. We drive through here on the way to Bournemouth when we visit. The land is largely flat, crisscrossed with roads and the occasional quiet little village and pub. There aren't that many people around, so there probably aren't many Zeds either. Well, at least not yet. We hope to obtain a few building supplies here, and the Zed activity is minimal. Okay, let's walk there. Today we found a small country village that looked like it had been abandoned for some time. Astonishingly, the back door to one house was unlocked, and we readied ourselves for trouble and went inside. A locked door leading to the basement of the house just begged to be picked. How does lockpicking work? You're about to pick a lock in the game. Here's how to do it. Lockpicking is a fun puzzle action minigame that you can learn to play in no time. The lockpicking interface shows a knife turning the lock and a lockpick for finding the right locking mechanism. You move the lock pick with the keys A and D to the correct hidden position, then press the right mouse button to turn the knife. Picking the lock successfully requires a certain degree of trial and error. Breaking a lockpick costs 1 material resource point. Picking a lock is always a timed exercise. When the time is up or you don't have any remaining lockpicks, you'll be notified that you failed to open it. Don't worry if you're unable to open your first lock, you'll get better with practice. Okay. 60 seconds. The lock opened, and we were surprised by what we found. Inside, we found a stash of conserves, food plus 15. Moreover, we discovered some ammo plus 1, and we hit on a bunch of tools, material plus 3. That went pretty well. Okay, so can we make it to this rural area? I recall walking with my fiancée and a tiny Emily along the coastal edge of the New Forest in the blistering heat of a long-ago summer. The area is largely grassland with clumps of forest separated by wide, harsh fields that are crisscrossed by footprints and the occasional, but rare, road. I can distinctly remember traipsing through a ripe field of wheat. The roads are busy. There aren't many dwellings here, and probably not many Zeds. I think there should be some weaponry or maybe some ammunition here, and it looks relatively safe to visit. Okay, let's use up the 12 AP. Down a country lane that was once a little more on the dirt track, we came across a small deserted village, and one of the houses caught our attention. The ground floor windows were not smashed like those of the neighbouring houses, so it probably hadn't been looted yet. The house was abandoned with no nasty surprises waiting inside, and the canned food we found will help to keep us going. +5 food, +1 ammo. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm assuming we can't... Yeah, we do not have the AP to go there. That's fine. Or there, so nope. Well, it looks like we're heading back to camp. Show camp. It's now pretty much the evening. There's not much else we can do today. You lost 12 AP, but we gained 5 points of food. +1 ammo. Okay. Let's manage the party. Still nobody wants to talk to me. Okay. So let's head to the next day, I think, because I don't think there's anything more we can do for today. Everything's going to require at least 5 or more. Caroline has recovered. Excellent. So a couple of days and she's back up. That's good. Still nobody wanted to talk to me. That's fine. So I'm obviously going to have to get working on that fence. Okay, we're going to have to chop some wood. Lost 5 AP. Lost 2 fuel. Chop some wood and got 6 materials for it. Okay, that's not bad. Now let's leave the camp and let's head over here and see if we can get some fuel. We've driven through here a few times, through a tiny English village, perfect chocolate box proportions. The South Downs are really quite lovely, rolling hills of grassland, with the occasional glimpse of the chalk roads, of the chalk rocks that make up the famed white cliffs of the south of England. There aren't many people around here, just a peppering of villages, so I expect the area to be quite safe to visit. There are probably some fuel supplies here, and we can consider the area of low risk. Okay, let's walk there. Today we found a small country village that looked like it had been abandoned for some time. I had a good feeling about one house in particular, and there was no sign of any trouble as we smashed a window and went inside. The house was abandoned, with no nasty surprises waiting inside. Also, we searched through the drawers of a dressing table and found a new box of 9mm rounds, ammo +2. Further, the keys to the owner's car were on the table, and the car's fuel tank was almost full, fuel +4. Then there was the tarpaulin outside, and underneath it a fresh stack of building materials, material +6. That went pretty darn well. No, don't think we can go anywhere else. No. Okay, that's fine. Back to the camp. Okay, not much else we can do for today. On to the next day. Okay, the fuel situation, the food situation is not fantastic, but we can start work on that fence. It'll take at least 4 days to build it. I'm assuming that... Oh no, we're going to need 4 times 30. So we're going to need... Oh god, something we're going to need 120 supplies. That is going to be problematic. Okay, let's leave the camp. Whoa, a red one. That's not good. Ooh, but we can find rural area. If we've been in touch with a different survivor by radio who expressed interest in joining our group, we should check it out. Okay, let's walk there. Found another survivor who'd like to join our group. Yes, we will accept them. I'm assuming that gains us extra AP in first thing in the morning, but it probably means we use more food. So we'd better go here. Bournemouth. I remember passing by the hospital when we drove in on our family holidays. Soon after the state of emergency was declared, this area became a camp and safety area for refugees. The frightened, the old, the healthy, anyone that wasn't infected. I came here for help, but any feelings of hope didn't last long. I expect the place is swarming with infected by now. It probably contains some food supplies, but it's potentially dangerous to visit. Okay, let's walk there. One outer suburb of the city seemed largely undisturbed, and we searched there in high hopes of finding supplies. When SHTF, almost everyone seemed to have rushed to the supermarkets for some last supplies. We heard movement, and we had our weapons drawn before the first zombie came into sight. Okay then, so this round we're stuck with these guys who aren't very good, and her. Ooh, a score multiplier. That's potentially useful. So we've got 2 zombies to fight. Okay, Caroline. Gonna have to use a melee attack because I can't spare the bullets. No, 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 no. Bollocks. Come on. That's not too bad. 16, okay, come on. Damn it! Hey, got a score multiplier, but it didn't help him much. Okay. You've got the better melee skills, so I'm going to use you on this round. That one's going really damn slow. So I'll just aim for 5. Okay. Excellent. That's pretty good. 20 points. Let's get. Yeah, he's down. Good. Okay. Somehow the zombies aren't chewing on their own bones right now. We survived another battle. I don't know what scares me more: the fear of battle, or the small primal part of me actually enjoys it. Thou shalt not kill, it says in the Bible. But how far away church and everything seem to be from reality now. We all felt that some supplies would be a good trade-off for our troubles, so we got looking for them. Much had already been looted, but behind a fallen storage rack we found a few boxes with some valuable supplies, plus for food. And what's more, among the dead bodies there were still some armed police officers, who we quickly searched. Armed police? Seriously? In this country? That's bloody rare. Okay, we could do with more food, and we can just about get there. I remember strolling along Bournemouth Pier with Emily just days before the event. She always loved the beach, exploring the sand dunes with her bucket and spade. Bournemouth is a large city, and it was always packed during the summer. I expect the place is swarming with undead now, creatures that, well, ironically mimic the crawling of the sea life that Emily used to investigate with wondrous eyes of a child. There should be quite a bit of food here, but there are a lot of Zeds in the area. A trip would be risky. Let's risk it then. A secluded street on the outskirts of town caught our attention as we went in search of supplies. This pub looks promising, and with the help of the pry, the locked door could not keep us out. The location was abandoned, with no nasty surprises waiting for us, and a quick search led us to a stack of plastic storage boxes. It took some time to explore the contents, but we found fresh biscuits in there, and several foil bags of nuts, food plus 9. And we had a bit of good luck and found a few boxes of shotgun shells. Next to a wall, we found a pile of fuel containers, several of which were full as well. Further, we spotted a stack of building materials in the corner. That went really damn well. Let's go back to camp. Okay, not much else we can do for today, but that was a pretty good day's scavenge, so onwards. Anyone want to talk to me yet? Excellent. Let's talk to Caroline. The camp's looking better, isn't it? Almost to the point where I think it might be able to survive its fair share of Zeds. Yeah, I'd prefer not to test it just yet, but all thanks to your help. Oh, I see. There you go, sucking up to me again. Keep it up and a girl might get suspicious while you're being so nice for no reason. It's come a long way, though. Maybe we're just about to the point where I can go get my family. I'm sure they're missing me by now. I can't just keep that out there waiting for me. Wouldn't be polite. I'll just have to work harder to make sure we get this place even stronger, fast. I'm sure your family's safe. Oh, me too. No worries there, mate. Still, though, can't help but worry a bit. If the food runs it wouldn't matter. No, if the food runs out, it wouldn't matter how ready my family is for the Zeds. Either way, shouldn't be much longer now anyway. I'm coming home, everyone. I just hope you're all the same. They're all in the same condition I left you in. I cannot say I thought I'd be dealing with this kind of excitement again after I settled down in Bournemouth. My life has been quiet for quite some time now. I preferred it that way. The lack of Zeds was especially appealing. Thinking back. Society going to hell isn't all bad now I think about it. I can finally say what I want to who, without some moron politically correct baby whining about how I might hurt someone's feelings. You can call a Zed whatever the hell you want and nobody will even blink an eye. Oh yeah, the apocalypse is good because it lets you whinge and call people whatever you want to. Okay, we've got a little bit of fuel now, so I think we can probably afford to chop some wood. Lost 2 fuel. Chop some wood, gain 6 materials. Good. Let's do that again, I think. Oh no, we can only do it once per day by the look of it. Okay. Do some cooking. Lose 5 AP. Lose 2 food. Gain 4 food. Okay, that's worth it. Got some ammo, so we could probably do some hunting. So yeah, let's do that. Lost 5 AP, lost 4 ammo. Nice plus 5. Gained 3 food for 4 ammo. Bloody hell, that's a bad trade-off. Is there any way we can get to with 6 AP? We can get there. We'll be able to get there. We could head to the Isle of Wight. Never mind, you need a boat. Nice. Okay. Nope. Okay, let's head to there. The camp was a refugee area when I arrived, but the order there quickly descended into chaos, as crowds of people grasped for food and supplies, and panic spread to a cry of infected person among us. I suspect this area is swarming with victims by now, and a visit here would be dangerous, though we can probably expect to find a good quality of ammunition supplies. Today, we went to investigate rumours of supplies to be found in the Southbourne region of the city. We saw a couple of abandoned military vehicles and decided to see if they held any surprises for us. We carried out a thorough sweep of the area, but we were lucky. Nobody was waiting for us. The soldiers that had been stationed here had stashed food aside for later. We're glad he took it for ourselves. Food plus 11. Nice. Also, we couldn't help get excited at the discovery of a fully loaded machine pistol. Ammo plus 2. What's more, a hasty barricade made out of sandbags was only half finished. Was only half finished here. We decided to take the sandbags for our own fortifications. Definitely worth going out then. Okay, next day. Nobody got anything? No. Difficult to deal with and tends to speak his mind, while his attitude frequently gets into trouble. His combat training and sense of self-preservation just as frequently get him out of it again. We've got 7 common grade survivors. Could do with a few more, but... Ooh! Now what was that one? I can't remember. That was... Be able to pay a different survivor group a visit. Okay. Should we do that? My fiancée and I walked around the reservoir here in South Yeovil. It was a warm spring evening. We saw some boats and a heron. It's strange to think of that time now. It seems like another world as I sit here, on the periphery of a world in turmoil. I suppose that it's up to people like me, to these few survivors, to build a new world. We've been in touch with a different group by radio, and we should probably check it out. Let's walk there then. Friendly group survivors. We suddenly came across a small group of people sat around a makeshift fire. It seemed a number of bandit attacks had made these survivors wary of strangers, but somehow we convinced them to trust us. Well, let's ask them to join our group, shall we? Their supplies running low. They asked whether they could join our group. 2 survivors. Excellent. I remember driving through here once or twice with my father to see his sister Susan. I haven't seen her in years. Not since father's funeral. I wonder what's become of her. There aren't many towns in this area from what I remember. I don't expect there are many infected to worry about. We've also been in touch with a different group by radio, so we should check it out. We heard a noise, but rather than the undead, we discovered a party of survivors. Though they were suspicious at first, we put down our weapons in a show of trust, and they agreed to meet with us. See if they want to join us? With their supplies running low, they asked whether they could join our group. So we've gained a decent lot of survivors, actually. Okay, I'm gonna use up a little bit of fuel, I think. Just because otherwise we won't be able to do anything. I recall a childhood trip to the Sherburne Abbey. The small town is really quite beautiful. A small island in a sea of typical English fields and countryside. And the population are probably all infected by now. I wonder what the people who built the abbey would think of the town now. Perhaps the monks there always regarded the peasants as we do zombies. It's probable we'll find some fuel here. And we think the risk of Z attack is low. Yeah, let's go then. We heard rumours of a small farmstead nearby that might have some useful supplies, and we went to check it out. But the station shop had been thoroughly smashed up. We felt there was a good chance looters had missed something, but we didn't find anything of value, except a large locked strongbox. Okay, that's lockpick. Nope, doesn't look like that's the right direction. Dang it. Yeah, there we go. After we opened the lock, we could finally do what we came here for. Things got better. We discovered some ammo, and the owner had stashed away a few fuel cans. In a lockbox? Seriously? Must have been a honking big lockbox. Fuel +6. Furthermore, we hit on a bunch of tools. Okay, so that was definitely worth it. Head back to the camp. Assuming nobody wants to talk. Next day. Okay, food resources not great. Particularly as we've now got 11 common survivors. So we're burning through it quickly. I think we probably need to... That potentially gets us a lot of good stuff, but for now I want to chop some wood. Get a few more supplies going, good. Or a few more materials, I should say. And then... Okay, we're going to walk to the Salisbury area. I was stationed here briefly during my training. Me and Rog Podge, well, and Mickey Khan and a few of the others, we shared a tall house right in the town centre. Wonder what happened to Mickey. He dropped out of the force as soon as he could. Never did seem the right sort for it. I wouldn't be surprised if he was out there now, working for the government on a cure. He was that sort of man. That sort of genius. Salisbury's a pretty big town. I'd not like to think what the place is like now, if everyone there is infected. Still, we've been in touch with a different group by radio. We should still check it out. Okay, let's walk to them. We turned a corner and suddenly came face to face with a party of survivors. And for a moment we just stood there in surprise. Then they allowed us to enter their camp and talk. But they still kept their weapons ready all the same. Okay, let's ask them to join our group. After we told them about our camp and our group, they asked to join us. Survivors +3. So we're going to start getting a lot of action points, which is good, but we're going to start burning through fuel really damn fast. Okay, let's drive to here, I think. I can clearly recall flying down the remote roads out here in the back of a family car, driving at what seemed like an amazing speed by my father, not long after my mother disappeared. I can hardly remember any villages or houses from back then, just a blanket of fields of wheat, hops and grass that extended to an infinite horizon. Still, we can expect to find a few food supplies in this low-risk area. Okay, let's drive there. We went out looking for some supplies today in some nearby countryside. The front door to one promising building was particularly flimsy, and a few good kicks were all it took to break it down. As soon as we entered the scene, we heard a now familiar groaning of the undead. We prepared to fight. Okay, let's use you. Yeah, okay, you've got the best melee skill. Also a pretty accurate shot. Okay, you get one use of your gun. Stop. Perfect. Okay, stop along there, that's fine. Okay, the 3 will do. Okay, 4. That's okay. 21. It does not have great chance of... Yep. And it's down. Good. It's a strange feeling when you've looked death in the eye and survived. And we did well today. We survived. So why does it feel so wrong? Anyway, after the fight we decided to do what we came for. We found a few packets of crackers in the refrigerator, food plus 15. Plus we descended into the basement down iron steps and entered the dimly lit chamber. There were 3 iron-bound caskets. In one we found a new pistol and some bullets. Fair enough. Okay, I think we can afford to walk to the Yorville area for 6 AP. Oh, such happy memories of the trip to the museum here on the spring days so long ago. When I find Emily, we must both go back there, if we can. If this thing, this disaster, this tragedy, ever ends and the world becomes normal again. Yorville seemed large even back then, and I expect the city is crawling with Zeds now. There might be a lot of food here, but the area has a lot of Zeds, so any trip would be risky. Okay, let's head there. Rotting flesh, litter, corpses, stray cats and dogs, broken windows. The city is not what it once was. A van towards the back of the parking lot looks like it might contain all kinds of useful supplies. As we carried out a sweep of the location, we soon discovered that we were not alone. Oh, excellent, I can fight in this one. Good, I'm our best melee person. Okay, stop on that 6, stop on that 6. Come on, good. Slow down, slow down. Oh, okay, that'll do, thank you. 22. The odds of it getting higher than that are not particularly high. Good. Enemy taken out. There's blood. And there's blood bloody everywhere. Some of the group are proud of their fighting skills now. God, when do we start feeling proud of killing? Nobody gives a penny for my thoughts now, though. So what happens next that's important for us? The search for food resulted in some great finds, including a bottle of soda water, which was full of fizz, food plus 9. What's more, we even found a couple of live grenades. That's a pretty great find. Live grenades are good for 1 ammunition, are they? Could drive there, use up the last of our AP, but a lot of our fuel. Oh, we can talk to that survivor. No, we can't reach that survivor group. Okay, let's go there and risk some fuel, I think. I'll always remember Tiny when I think of Dorchester. He used to like to drink there. He used to like to drink like there was no tomorrow. Hence his nickname. Funny that phrase. Like there was no tomorrow. Turned out a few weeks ago that there was a day with no tomorrow. Although normal tomorrow for civilization. God, that dreadful day. I wonder if I'll ever get back to Dorchester again. And I walk along the coast here. There might be a lot of fuel here, although the area's had a lot of Zeds lately, so any mission here will be risky. Let's risk it. The stench of rotting flesh and litter was almost too much to bear, but we continued our way into the more populated areas. We knew that all kinds of trouble could hide in the apartments in this block of flats, and we readied ourselves for, well, for anything as we checked it out. I swear we smelled the zombies before we heard them, though we weren't really surprised, I suppose. It's always a risk. I really could do... Oh, good lord, that's a more dangerous variety. Okay, guns. Guns are useful. Here we go. Stop, stop, stop. Oh, bollocks. That's not good. No, okay, yeah. We're in trouble on this one. Because I'm not sure if that skull's good or bad. I think it's bad. Okay, some generic survivors. So, you've got the highest melee skills. I wonder if we can upgrade them in the future. I assume we probably can. No, no, no. Oh, bollocks. No, come on. Oh, double bollocks. This fight's going pretty badly. Yeah, he's getting hit no matter what happens, I think. Steve has been wounded. God, nobody here is any good in a fight now. But they do have a chance for bonus hits. Okay. Right, I'm slightly overrunning this part because I want to finish this combat. The object to a slightly longer part, I apologise. Stop, 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 stop. Damn it. He did that score multiplier. Oh, damn it. That could not have gone much worse. Seriously? We are getting our asses soundly kicked at this point. Okay. You. Yeah, it's got to be you. This combat is not going well. No! God. No, 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 no. Bollocks. I think this game suddenly decided it hates me. Okay. Stalemate. Oh, good lord. Right, come on, I'm ending this combat. And there's still another one of these blighted zombies after this one. Okay, 5. No, 5, damn it. Oh, come on! I think I'm jinxed on this one. One survivor has been killed. Oh, come on, at least let me use my useful, main character. I'm the one with the skills, after all. Okay, stop there. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. Yeah, it could have been worse. 14. Okay. Oh god, they're gonna hit me, aren't they? 13! Oh, thank god for that. Enemy down. And finally, I can engage. Stop on that 5. Stop anywhere that's not a skull. $35. Come on! Beat that. Ooh, bloody rah. People can change so much. Some of the group had never raised a fist in anger before, and you wouldn't believe it watching them today. These days it almost feels like I'm back in Baghdad. No call for philosophy these days though. Supplies is what we're here for. And a fizzing sound caught our ears as we found some tins of beer, one of which had burst from its decaying shell. We took the good ones for our supplies, and furthermore we found an old suitcase, brown leather, showing signs of age. The lock was broken, and inside we found a few items, including 5 rounds of ammunition. Moreover, a motorcycle engine helped us. We found it by chance, and it was still filled with fuel, which we drained with aplomb. We've been so very lucky. On our way we found a boat. It's not a big one, mind you, it's just a small motorboat, just capable of transporting a couple of people at once, but it'll allow us to travel to the Isle of Wight. Alright, show the camp. Ooh, I think this looks like an event to me. On your way back to camp, you hear the sounds of a brawl ahead. Right, I've overrun this episode by like 5 minutes, so I think that's a pretty decent point to end it. So, I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you